how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 160. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? Honestly, I thought this week's chapter was great. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was very unpredictable because I myself was walking into this chapter expecting a certain thing to happen, which definitely didn't happen, and I think that a lot of people didn't pretty much guess what was going to happen. So I thought that's what made this chapter very exciting, for me at least. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Chainsaw Man as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts off where pretty much we left out last time, which is pretty much Katana Man and the Nail Fiend, confronting Asa. And we see pretty much that Katana Man actually knows Asa. He's like, hey, she's that girl. I know her, bro. And then he goes on like, she's that girl from the Chainsaw Man church. She's like that high schooler that's been killing devils and why not. And like, she just like made a book, like, or there was like, they published a bunch of her, like, I guess, high school poems or whatever the heck. And they published them and why not. And then like, you see Asa kind of like blushing, like, yeah. And you see like the Nail Fiend is like, what are you, some kind of fan or something? He's like, no way. And he's like, this is just, I hate everybody associated with Chainsaw Man, screw them. And then we see pretty much that, he's saying like, like my grandfather used to say like, people that listen to like religion and like, like stuff like that, they're like, because they're idiots, so they suck. Like, I gotta get rid of Chainsaw Man. I hate Chainsaw Man, and we know that he does because he's the number one hater. Chainsaw Man. He literally is the number one hater. And we see pretty much what happens is that, the Nail Fiend and himself start like arguing about it because he's like, you see, I'm supposed to kill the bad guys and why not? Like, I'm a Yakuza, like, we take care of that. And then we see like the Fiend Devil, like the Fiend Nail Devil. She's like, wow, that's so funny. You a Yakuza saying you're the good guy? Like, yeah, that's hilarious. And as they're arguing and why not, we see pretty much that eventually like the guy with the eye patch, the public safety guy, is like, hey, Nails, Samurai, eliminate her, like, go get rid of her. And as they're about to like strike Asa's like, whoa, hold on, let's talk this over, guys. And we see pretty much she starts like, talking to them, is like, hey, so listen, I'll tell you what, if you like don't kill us, I'll help you find Chainsaw Man, and like we can beat him together. And Katana is like, wait a minute, you're telling me I've been guarding Chainsaw Man this whole time? And she's like, yeah, I know where he's at, we can save him. And Katana is like, what the heck, like, wait. And you see like he's just like beyond pissed right now. He's like, okay, you guys in the public safety did not disclose that I was protecting Chainsaw Man. What in the world? And you see pretty much like the eye patch guy, the public safety guy, is like, hey, Samurai, Nails, listen to my orders. If not, your syndicate will never come back. Katana Man, you'll never be able to walk away free. And Nail Fiend, you'll never be able to open your business and be free. Whatever that business is, who knows? Maybe Nails wanted to, the Nail Fiend wanted to open a Lowe's or a Home Depot or something. Who knows? But I guess it wanted to open a business, I guess. But what happens is, Katana Man's like, you know what? Screw it all. I'm not following your orders. I want to kill Chainsaw Man. That's the only thing I care for. Screw this. I'm going AWire. I'm going off the rails. And you see pretty much the Nail Fiend is like, all right, well, I guess like I'm sick of listening to orders, and I'm sick of killing like young teen brats. So like I'm going with Katana Man. Screw it. And you see pretty much the eye patch guy, the public safety guy. He's like, all right, I guess picking public safety was like a terrible mistake of mine to do. So like, I guess I'm out of here. Deuces. And he like disappears. So once again, the public safety are just the public safety fans are in shambles. Like, they have like nothing going on for them. Fumiko, fraudulent. This guy, fraudulent. All of them are fraudulent. And to put the cherry on top, Asa drops a diss. And this was hilarious. She goes, so like, she talks to Katana and is like, so are like all the public safety like people like just cowards? When I saw that, I was like, that meme of the super hot fire, but like, yo, like everybody, like, she just roasted the entire department. And the eye patch guy, to be fair, he says there's no way I'm fighting all of you guys at once. So I understand why he dips, but it's just so funny that literally nobody in the public safety has proven themselves to be like a challenge or any sort of competent at all. And then he's like, I'll get somebody to like be able to defeat you all. And my guess, that's how where Quan Chi or like somebody like Reese, if Reese were to be part of the public safety, which we still don't know, but I have a couple of speculations. So either she might be kept like Denji, like, you know, like in a torture chamber, if, you know, if she was caught by Makima, or, you know, the Japanese like double association, whatever, where after the events of the where Makima brought them back, maybe they captured her and, you know, they have her prison like Denji, cutting her up and whatnot, or she's just part of the police safety we haven't seen yet. So I think that might be an interesting way to, you know, once again see Reese be introduced to the story, but that's just my speculation and my copium overall. But yeah, I thought that was very cool, and I think it's just funny, the whole like that little diss of Asa, like, are they all cowardly, are they all this weak? That was funny to me. And how pretty much the chapter ends is where we see, like, you know, the high school students that were along like with Asa and Fami and them, you know, they're like, oh wait, we're gonna fight, like, you guys want to fight Chainsaw Man? That's crazy, like, what, like, that's not what we're supposed to do. And you see just like Yoru take over Asa, and she turns around and talks to that person, is like, hey, listen bud, sit down, all right? And she's like, my heart beats simply to defeat Chainsaw Man. And you see Katanaman's like, he gets hyped up, man, like Katanaman's the hype man. He's like, hey, this girl, okay, like, I see you, Chainsaw Man women, I see you're the women of Chainsaw Man, I see you. So, and that's how the chapter ends. And an interesting note is that next week we'll have another chapter, so there's no break. So once again, Fujimoto has been cooking nonstop, and I'm very much enjoying everything that's been happening thus far in this little, like, you know, break out of jail kind of situation. And one thing to note is that Fami seems to be still like out of it, like she did not help at all, like, because earlier in the chapter, you know, like Asa was like, yo, Fami, help me out, and like Fami just kind of like ignored her. So I'm assuming that she's still out for the count, or she's still not physically able to like really put a challenge against somebody like Katanaman and whatnot. Which, I mean, it goes to show, like, you know, like right now she's kind of nerfed, or either that or she's playing possum. Like, we don't know what's the full extent of her power. I personally believe that she's not using all of her power. I think that she's waiting for the right moment to use it all. Who knows whether that's against Chainsaw Man or pretty much the Death Devil, who knows. But the point is, right now, pretty much Asa and Katana Man are like, you know, bonding, and they're going to be working together to break out Chainsaw Man, which is something that I myself wouldn't have guessed at all. Like, but once you like narrow it down and make sense of it, it completely like makes sense. Like, obviously, you know, Yoru hates Chainsaw Man and Katana Man hates Chainsaw Man, so it will be a pretty much a conflict of interest if the two of them were to fight each other, because let's say they fight each other, they're near death. Guess what? Then what? They're gonna fight Chainsaw Man? Like, they want to work together, join forces, be able to defeat their common enemy. So I thought that was cool. Nelphine just kind of chilling around. To be honest, it's just kind of like there. But I'm very excited to see where this heads out, because I could see this going many ways. The Eye Patch guy, I don't think he's gonna fight at all. I think my man was just like a gag. I think Fujimoto just wrote him in to just once again put the nail in the coffin, no pun intended, and the public safety's like competence as an organization, because so far they've just been surrounded by people that run away. That's all they do. They did a Joseph Joestar where they just did the secret technique of running away. But if I had to guess, like I said, I think either Quan Chi or who knows, somebody that maybe a new character we haven't seen, somebody's gonna get dispatched and try to fight them. And I mean, they got a tall order to follow, because if they're gonna fight Katana Man, Asa, Fami, and the Nail Fiend, they gotta be somebody strong. And like I said, there's only a few people I can think of, and one of them would be, like I said, Reese or Quan Chi, because we do know they're the stronger. They're in the top 3 strongest hybrids, at least that we know of. But yeah, overall, it was a fantastic chapter, and I can't wait to see next week's, because like I said, I'm very much been enjoying these couple of chapters week to week. So yeah, with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.